Yeah.
So good. That was so good.
Yep, we're on.
We're
I
back.
think.
Oh, sorry. Twitch has been twitchy all week. We'll see if it continues on my end. Just so we all know, we'll continue and we'll start from the last little bit where
You're muted. Oh, okay.
I should be okay now. Yep. We'll start from the last little bit where Evie was making this proclamation to our own Elijah Sawyer. Ruth was exquisite, perfectly encompassing the human condition. She was beauty in every definition of the word. And you, a man she gave her life for. I understood you the moment I saw you.
And there's not a single thing, Evie, that you have said that's incorrect, save for my affection. No, I didn't deserve that. If people got what they deserved, none of us would be here. Except for Phil and I. If people got what they deserved, she'd be happy and healthy back home. And him and I would both be burning. But don't dare pretend you understand my affection.
She nods and turns on her heel. She's said her piece.
And as that conversation is wrapping up, I'm approaching her. Hi.
Kate.
What do you know?
I know we've been fighting a enemy of yours for the past 7 years. I know that we've lost people along the way. She looks over towards Dwight. We've had children raised in war. She looks at the twins and Abigail. And I know that eyes have been on me to point, order, and command for these years. Regardless of what I ever wanted, I am not the woman you knew.
So, what's your plan now?
They are here. They have made it back to you. That was their plan. I owed it to them to see them through. I will work to get Hans through. And then I guess my life is mine.
Funny thing about being in charge. Just when you guess your life is yours.
She looks around and sees Elijah, Sabella, Dwight, and Greta, and then looks back at you. You seem to be better at it than I.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions, princess. It's pretty plane you got there. Where'd you get it?
We stole it. The girls repainted it. I was the pilot, though I detest doing it. I was just the one that knew enough.
Do I recognize the airframe?
You do.
And?
When you look over, she smiles. In our world, Mr. Parsons is a nice man, and he's also missing an aircraft.
And it's as sincere a laugh as Kate has laughed in months. No doubt he deserves it. So you're heading back then?
No, there is no going back. We must work on this side to get Hans through. I have what is needed to recreate his gate on this side, and I must tether it to the point where we are operating from.
And where is that?
The Lower East Side of Manhattan.
All right, then. Is that what you plan to do with this team? Are you taking them back stateside?
Oh, Kate. We're no longer a team. Lancaster, the man that we have fought for all of these years, is dead. They are here with you. My commitment to them is fulfilled. I lost the love of my life when she came through that portal for that man over there. My life is mine.
You know, Evie, someday when all this is over, we should have a drink. I have a feeling you and I have a lot in common in that regard.
We'll see.
Well, your best shot to refuel is probably Cairo. Head from there to Morocco or Gibraltar, either one, and then north and across.
My daughter's not leaving me.
Mr. Burke, your daughter is your daughter.
Thank you, Evie, for protecting her.
And for the first time, her face breaks into a laugh. Protect her. She looks down at Abigail. Oh no. It's the other way around, Mr. Burke.
And Dwight just kind of looks down at her like almost in disbelief.
To Evie, nodding toward the plane. Mind if I take a look real quick?
She walks close to you with a right shoulder lead. You see her reach into her pocket and pull out a pocket watch. My dear Kate, you can have her. And she disappears.
Well, I'll be damned. As I walk over toward the plane, I pass Abigail and pause for a moment. You look like one of my old heroes, Calamity Jane.
She looks up, and again, this is a young woman, and she lifts her chin up in a very Dwight Burkean move and says, well, that's what Miss Evie called me. Calamity Abby.
I pat her on the shoulder and jog over toward the plane.
Dwight kind of like stops. He's like, we don't even see it. We don't even see the son of a bitches we've been. Selfishnesses that we left these people with. Are you all okay with this?
back over my shoulder. Mr. Burke, if you need psychotherapy, I suggest you make an appointment with the doctor. Otherwise, I think we got work to do.
You'll be fine, man. I came to terms with all that a long time ago. You'll catch up.
I want to get away from you people.
Then give Katie your bullet and go.
Abigail steps in between Sabella and Dwight, but she talks to Dwight. We're not done yet, Daddy.
No, we're not done yet, dear. I'm going to kill this man, and then they can go about their business. And we're going to go about ours. I made a promise a long time ago, and I put a lot of blood into this. And I wouldn't trust Kate to make that shot.
Phil says weakly from his position kind of on the outskirts of the group, let's get going wherever we're going.
Can I do like a medical check on him? I want to look, because I assume it wouldn't have taken long to put a band-aid on Sabella and Dwight.
I will need an extreme because you can't get close enough to actually
Okay.
inspect him.
All right, so medicine check, extreme medicine.
Sure.
I will use an advantage.
Do it.
Oh, just a hard.
Yeah, Greta, as
Trying.
you look, yeah, Lindy, as Greta looks, she sees it's very difficult to make out through the rippling waves of orange and the heat that's coming off. He seems, from what you can tell of his kind of naked form beneath, he doesn't seem injured. He seems very thin.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I'd need more time to study to try to figure out how to fix it. Yeah, gotcha.
Can I ask a question? What is the extreme? She did a first aid on me and it was extreme. Apparently that was me.
Yeah.
You get for that.
What we're going to do is, as soon as you all elect to head somewhere, I am going to allow you all to, as a benevolent keeper that I am, to replenish your hit points to maximum.
I'm gonna first aid myself. I'm full. We're good. Okay, done.
Yeah, I saw that there was nothing but successes from Greta, so provided you have a moment to rest, or 12 hours or 24, per the rules of Pulp Cthulhu, you will replenish your hit point stock after Greta has been able to do what she did. So, are you heading towards Jerusalem, or points east or west or south?
Yeah, it'll be toward the city. That's where she was told that he was. Just as we're packing up, though, Sabella would tug on Kate's shoulder real quick.
Hey, Belle.
I'm not coming back without him fixed.
Belle. He's an Olympian. He was an Olympian before we knew any of these folks existed, remember?
I know.
I said it myself. And that means I'm not done till he's made right. At least until we get that fire turned off. That's probably about as right as I can make him. The rest is going to be up to you.
I just needed to tell you in case for the girls.
Yeah. Belle?
Yeah.
Thank you.
For what?
For everything. For being my friend and being my conscience. And helping me to be something better than I was. And she looks into your eyes. And for giving me something to fight for.
Come on, Katie. And she'll take your hand and get ready to go.
Greta's gonna ride in this whatever truck Elijah's riding in.
The Furies reignite, and the Furies being Marie and Syl, reignite into their burning forms as they walk over, and kind of their flames intermingle with their father's as he weakly drapes his arms over their shoulders. And Syl, the only one that's really spoken so far, says through the fire, he can't ride with you all, so we'll carry him.
Keep him safe, girls. It'll be all right.
They slowly lift up into the air.
Kate will fly top cover in Princess of Mars and stay in contact with via radio. And we're heading north.
Is there anything you would like to do during this trip, my Olympians, or we will simply take you to Jerusalem?
Dwight puts a nail on his neck.
Roll me a power check.
Oh, Dwight, I tossed that cross, by the way.
Dwight, as you put the nail of Jack Kilgrave over your neck, and as the cold, rough metal comes to rest on your chest and the upper part of your stomach, you see the following. As if from your own eye, a large, metal-topped mallet. You see a nail being driven into the forearm of some man, another being driven into the forearm of some man. And as you see that there are 2 feet and 2 remaining nails, for whatever reason in this mind's eye, you see your own hands stack the feet together and drive 1 nail through. The final nail ripped in your hand and placed inside a satchel at your side. And then you are back in the truck.
Dwight, I would toss that cross, by the way.
Dwight tosses it.
And that rosary. Just anything that anybody has ever given you, just get rid of it.
The rosary's
Except
been
the
gone.
bullets.
The rosary's been gone.
Okay, great.
Greta, because I'm assuming there's not that many of us, so I guess she'd probably be the one to have to drive one of the vehicles, as I actually have vehicle proficiency. I'm guessing it's like Greta and Elijah in one car, and then Spella and Dwight in the other, with Dwight driving. Greta's just gonna, she's not much for talking, but she's just gonna kind of try to, with her free hand, hold Elijah's if he'll allow it. Well, she just drives. She doesn't like what they have to do next. She's nervous.
Yeah, he holds hands, but he's distant and staring out the window, not making much conversation himself.
Just give a little squeeze every now and then. She's kind of distant too.
So who's in vehicles? Me and Sabella?
Yeah. With Abigail, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Because everyone else is flying. There's like 2 trucks.
Okay. So it takes you the better part of the rest of the day into the evening. As you arrive in Jerusalem, you're quickly able to get yourselves some place to stay the night. And as you do so, as the trucks are pulled in, there's no German presence in the city. There's more of an English presence than anything else, but no military to speak of to the point where you would be detained or wanted for questioning. You are decidedly foreigners, but you are not, you don't seem to spike on anybody's radar. As you are all getting ready, you have the evening to heal up, prepare in any way that you would like, but with Sabella's information, you uncover the following, and I would like everyone to roll an intelligence check to see who figures this out.
Okie dokie.
Can I use an advantage?
You may. Ooh,
Success.
I'm busy.
You have a headache.
I do. I really, really do, though.
By the way, that was 2 fumbles because Kate re-rolled her fumble, didn't you? Yes. So
Yeah, I did.
wow.
I got a hard. Is it just me and Kate?
Yeah, Kate
Hard
got the
and
extreme. Yeah, so Kate and Greta, you both find out the following: that that the German national Joseph Dietrich and his party, they are at a dig site that is just on the west bank of the Dead Sea, about 30 miles to the east. It is a site that has been owned by this Joseph Dietrich for about 15 years. He has not an estate there, but a compound. And with the revelation of where he is, it seems as if he had made he didn't try to hide his whereabouts. But that's where he is. He is no longer in Jerusalem, the city. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut to Dwight Burke. And so as everybody's kind of milling about, going about their business, I'm assuming Dwight is going to plop himself in some place of defense, looking around, spotting hiddens and all that good stuff. Okay. Whenever you're sitting inside a compound of the house that you all have rented for a moment, like the courtyard area, we'll place you there on the ground level, just making sure that there's nobody. Everyone else is inside. At the gate of this compound, having not entered the area, you hear a and a hand holding an unlit cigarette reaches through the bars. Would you care for a smoke?
Which way am I? Which way? Behind me?
No, if you're facing the gates of this kind of house that you rented that has kind of like a half driveway in it, you would have 2 gates that you've closed. Through the bars of one of the gates, a hand with a cigarette is reaching.
Do I recognize the face?
You don't see a face yet, but the voice seems familiar.
Is it Dietrich?
It's
Dietrich?
one.
A
It
Dietrich.
is. Sounds like one of them, yeah.
A bald one?
I don't know how you can hear bald, but
But
It's quite audible.
does all
Right.
Dietrichs have like a
There's
different
more
distinct,
echo.
a different
It's
distinct voice?
Their
Other-
personalities are all very loud.
wait a minute. We need to give that more of its due. It's more echoey because they're bald. Love it. Great one, Lindy. Yeah, so you see the hand
Some
come
of-
through.
Yes, I got it. Some of them have had different experiences with different ones, so they have different audible sounds probably. So, Doy can he grab in front of him and pull him in through the gate?
Grab the arm?
Yeah.
You can try.
I will do that.
Oh,
And
you're
once he
going.
grabs it, he's going to pull the gun. If he's got a hold of his arm or anything you can give me to his chest.
You can grab hold and keep it from being pulled back out, but you can't make any forward progress on it as you both rolled hard successes.
Okay.
You got a bit of a grip on him, but nothing to actually better your position. And the hand that you're holding wags the cigarette. Have a smoke with me, musician.
Tell me why I shouldn't blow your chest apart as he pulls the 45 to his chest.
You guys have a gate in between you, just for
What kind of gate? Like a gate? Or?
Like a wooden gate, like a gate, like a fence gate.
What do you want?
I'm simply here to share a smoke with someone that I've spent and shared several smokes with.
Dwight will pull it up lighter and light the cigarette.
Ah, see, now do you have one of those terrible American cigarettes left?
I'm assuming I do. Lucky's. And he pulls one out and throws it to him.
You'll take it and light it as you talk through the gate. You can see him now,
So,
through the slats.
Yeah. So I've been told, but he's going to have the gun kind of, Dwight keeps his gun right there. He's going to have the gun ready to go. So tell me. They're telling me you and your daddy have been behind everything.
Well, you know what it means, musician, to be a soldier. It is, you follow orders. And these orders that you follow, sometimes you agree with them. Sometimes you disagree with them.
What do you think?
Well, isn't it obvious? I'm here. I am not by the Dead Sea. Several of us do not share the Father's passion for this project.
The Dead Sea. Is that where he is?
Yeah. He is waiting for you.
So when we came to the castle, everything was a lie.
Yeah, I did not know at the time. So, but just to be clear, even if I did, I would not have betrayed him. I still will not betray him. I simply will not support him.
What should we do? Can I make a psychology check on him, potentially?
Sure. Yeah.
Success.
He seems to be being straight up with you. He seems like an open book.
He sounded convincing there, even to me.
This is his job. He has been, from what some of the others have told me, he's been misled. He is playing his music to a different conductor now. He believes himself to be a hero. In many ways, I believe he still is one. He's fearless, but his passions are pursuits that I don't feel comfortable following. So, here I am. He awaits you, as do 193 of me.
How can we defeat him?
I don't know. The numbers are not in your favor.
Do you possess the powers that he does?
Oh no. He made sure that his mighty 200 were more children than men capable of their own decisions. We are batteries for him. He draws his power from us. We thought it was the other way around.
Give me anything. Anything I can use.
I cannot betray him, but roll a fast
me some-
talk, a charm, or a persuasion.
Oof. Not an intimidation. I can't scare him.
Not this one.
All right. I'll use. I got a 10%. I'm going to attempt. I'll use an advantage. So let's just see how it goes. Oh my God. Okay, I succeed somehow.
Well, the dice do tell the story, don't they?
They do.
He looks at the cigarette that you've given him. These aren't as bad as I let on. These luckies. Perhaps I will go to this America of yours and smoke the rest of them. But when you get there, he draws his power from the others. The more of us, the more powerful he is. For each one of us that is disconnected from the Father, whether by choice or by death, he weakens.
So you guys could be persuaded away.
Those of us that could be persuaded are no longer there. That is why you face 193 instead of 200.
Dwight pulls out his hand. I don't shake many Germans' hands, but I'm going to shake yours.
He looks down at it for a second, takes the lucky that he has cupped, places it between his lips, and returns the shake.
I wish you the best.
You as well, musician. Good hunting. And he turns away in a puff of smoke. He doesn't disappear, he has an addiction. He'll surely be dead soon.
Won't we all?
Right. So, you are armed with that information as we cut to Kate O'Callahan. Allison, as Kate is, and at this point, the Olympians, whether they're congregated or separate, getting ready for whatever it is you decide to do, whether it be confrontation of Dietrich or some other plan. Kate, you would feel in your mind that return to that building filled with the legion of other Kates as they all turn and look, some in various states of dress or comfort or social station. And as you walk in and move through these hundreds of doppelgangers, you lose yourself for a moment. You see yourself walking, you see yourself from several rows back, and it's hard to realize what was the original thought and perspective in this place until it's gone. But you maintain your own direction And as one, all of the Kates turn and look at one another, almost in a vast huddle. And from each pair of lips is muttered the following: "We can help. Just let us out."
Do I have a sense of what that means?
Roll a power check for me.
Rolling at advantage, as always. Extreme success.
You have the very distinct feeling that if you give in, I'm not sure what that means, but if you give in to the suggestion that this group is providing you, that there will be more than one Caitlin Jane O'Callahan in the world. But it requires release.
There's a long pause. And then girls, I don't know that any one universe is big enough for more than one Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, do you?
There is a cacophony of your chuckle that reverberates in this space as it goes off and echoes around, and then it immediately stops. Again, we can help. Just let us out.
No, I think y'all better worry about your own universes. I'll do what I can to take care of this one.
Again, the chuckle.
Although, I wonder. And for a moment, I search myself. What I have in mind is whether there isn't perhaps a slightly different Kate who might be better suited for what our Olympians are about to face.
You're asking for something very specific. You're picking out of a lineup of the same person. But as these usual suspects are arrayed in front of you, I will allow you to roll either a psychology or a power check as you begin to see if there's a filter.
Well, that's an easy choice. Success.
You identify 15. You don't know what makes them different, but something about the situation says that these 15, or one of these 15, or two of these 15 might be able to aid in this particular situation.
You know, the Kate O'Callahan that I used to be would probably take those odds. But the post-Malibu Kate, who now lives in this 1933, doesn't like what she sees. I'll break away and as much as it's in my power, try to leave this place and return to my world.
It's not immediate. And as it takes, from your perspective, 15, 20 minutes to leave this place, from your decision until that time has elapsed, the rest of the Kates simply laugh. I'd like you to make a sanity check for me, please.
I'll take advantage. Oh, extreme success.
Yeah, you're able to shrug it off and compartmentalize it as the Kates just laugh with one another. And then you are back. Greta.
Yes.
There isn't an RP moment worthy of simply asking a question. It is not going to be asked from somebody that I am NPCing, but it's a question that is asked nonetheless of Dr. Greta von Krause. And it's a question that only you, Lindy, as the mouthpiece for Dr. Greta, can answer.
Okay.
And the question is simply this: Hans or Elijah?
I don't like this question. Because this is a question I've thought about for like months and I still don't have an answer to. I think Greta would say, why do you do this to me, Greg? I think she would say Elijah? Question mark?
Okay.
She's in
And
a
the
weird
reason why I ask this is Greta is never going to show this on the exterior. So it's a question that I, as the little voice in the back of Greta's head, that one molecule of emotional Greta, would ask the question of her after having seen Hans.
I like the why not both. I think that's a fantastic answer, frankly. But you said I had to pick one.
I mean, there needs to be some communication, but it seems plausible.
I think it could be plausible.
Okay.
That's fair.
I just wanted to make sure.
Both? Okay, I'm going to rank it, Greg. I'm going to rank it. We're going to put both as number one. We're going to put
sure.
Elijah as number two. And if Elijah died, then she'd probably be like, well, I guess Hans is maybe alive somewhere, maybe. I'll just go be a sad beat.
That's what every potential partner wants to hear. The person in front of you died, and you're up to bat.
He doesn't have to know that, Greg. Greta would never say the words out loud. You said that yourself. She wouldn't reveal it, so...
Right. So I'm like I
silver
said,
medal's still placing.
Right.
Don't make me make decisions,
second
Greg.
Best in the world. Right. Okay. Just wanted to know. Just for me, for your fellow players, and for the Legion, to let everyone know where we're standing emotionally with Greta deep down inside.
Deep down.
When head hits pillow, that nanosecond before sleep takes Greta, which is, I'm sure, is even as regimented and organized as her waking world, But as soon as the eyes close and go forward, Elijah is whispered as,
We've
okay.
just been through so much together. And she's seen Hans die twice. She's kind of ended that a little bit. Like, she didn't want to see that a third time.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Just we're writing everything's on the whiteboard here.
Oh, great!
Okay, so as we have progressed through this, I am going to... We had a boon come in earlier. A boon for Phil Castillo. And so the boon is this. At some point in the evening, Syl and Marie come for Sabella.
She's probably sitting in bed alone, just again kind of gazing off.
You would hear a knock on the door, something very undaughter-like, but a knock nonetheless, as you hear the voice of Syl, the only one that's really spoken so far. Mama?
Yeah, come on in.
The door slowly opens and you see Syl and Marie poke their heads in. We figured something out. Daddy wants to see you. He couldn't come into the city, but he's at the river.
Why is he at the river?
They smile and look at one another. He can put himself out.
Show me.
They lead you out to a very old automotive, like a truck. You don't know how they got it. It seems like they just have it.
I have no ideas how.
Right. Perhaps they have a father who may have some criminal background. But after about a 30-minute drive out of the city, you reach the banks of a river, and you can see the glow of Phil before you get there. It is a different... no one's here. This is a lonely stretch of the Holy Land. They pull up, but they do not exit the truck. He said he was waiting for you.
Is he all right?
Happiest we've seen him.
Does he need anything? We could get food or something for him?
We got some fruit in him. But we were told to bring you. He said he was okay. He just wanted us to bring you.
All right, I'll be back. And she'll hop out.
He's glowing with fire, and as you approach, and when he sees you, he goes to step towards you again, but realizes he can't obviously get close. I don't know how many times this is gonna work, Sabella, but works here. It didn't work where we were, but it works here. And you see him walk off the bank of the river, and you realize the fire does not extend below the waterline. It's putting me out. It didn't work back there, but it's putting me out here.
Is it hurting you?
No, it feels really good.
Uh-huh. She smiles and kind of kicks off the shoe she's wearing and runs into the water.
He sees you come in and again moves as if he wants to rush up and meet you halfway, but he goes deeper into the water until it takes his waist and his stomach and his chest, and through, even in the darkness, through the haze of the water, you can see how thin he is. But he goes until it's just his head is above the water, an odd sight as it still licks with flame. Come under with me.
Forever.
He goes beneath the surface. Do you join him? When you go beneath the surface and you open your eyes, even in the starlights and the moonlight of the Holy Land filtering through this river, you see there the face of Phil Castillo. There's some gray at his temples, and he is thin, but he is Phil. And he rushes into your arms as fast as the water will allow. You can feel as his thin arms squeeze around you, and he just moves his head against the side of yours as if he's trying to just hold as much of you as he can. And even with the cool quality of the river, you can feel how warm he is, how blistering.
She just holds him as long as she can.
After too long, you feel him push away and guide you to the surface. He kicks away and pops above the surface, gasping for air as his head reignites into flame as soon as it touches the air. The water around him sizzling with the proximity of the heat. It's getting harder to keep it from coming on, but I think this will work for a little bit. We gotta talk.
What about?
About if we can't fix this.
I'm gonna fix it.
I know, if anyone can, say, you and the others. Let's say that something happens, though, and, yeah, it doesn't work out. Girls need you. I'm too stupid. They're too smart. One of us is gonna have to be there for them, you know.
And it'll be you if it's just one.
Yeah. Maybe we're like you ever been to one of those wrestling places where they have a tag team? Maybe we'd be like that. Like I'll tag you in now, and
It's both or none.
Well, then we have a longer talk.
I can hold my breath for a really long time.
Yeah. But, what if it ain't either of us? Who's it gonna be then? They like to think that they're, 30 years old, but they ain't. They're still kids, even though they've seen things other kids haven't. Marie, she's so quiet, and someone's gonna have to look after them. And if it ain't me, and it ain't you, and it ain't us, who's it gonna be?
Katie.
It's a good choice. It's I have to say I'm kind of envious. They'll probably have a blast, but does she knows this? Did you?
Yeah.
Good. See, and he smiles, and you can see it through the flame. I've been struggling. These two girls are doing a big match for me. They're both as smart as you, and one of them outnumbers me, and I had two of them, and yeah, I should have known you'd already thought about all this, but this I needed to know. Yeah, for me.
They'll be okay. And so will we.
This is the best I've felt in a long time. Do you remember that nightclub in remember the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite night. Like, of all of them. Do you remember the song that we... You would beat the shit, do you remember that?
Yeah, I had been shot in the rib.
Tough as shit. Shot and still dancing.
Machito.
Yeah. You want to dance with me?
I never want to be apart from you again.
Well, I think we got time for at least one more song. And you see just beneath the surface, he extends his hand, asking for yours as it just floats about an inch below the surface of the water.
She takes it.
He takes a huge gulp of the air, goes beneath the surface, and pulls you close again in the same kind of Cuban hold that you had that night that you danced in the club. And there, with the silt of the river between your toes and between his, the librarian and the candle share another dance. And as we pull back to the next morning, today is the day, Olympians. Destiny is to the east.
What's the plan?
I do have a plague bomb, but that would take probably about a week to experience the full effect.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Nothing. I may have while detained in Great Britain, I may have created a bioweapon to take out part of Europe, as I was under some emotional distress at the time.
You were.
We should leave that. We should leave it. We should leave it for after. We should leave it for after.
You should destroy it.
Okay, everyone just.
Destroy resources. That is not. I have inoculations. If
You're not going to win that argument. I don't know why we're having it.
The bomb's a great conversation starter.
Right. So.
Just when I started liking Germans.
I thought you all were dead. More specifically, I thought a couple of you were dead. And I got very creative. It was a dark place. It's fine.
It's pretty sweet.
I do care.
It is actually perhaps not the worst idea you've ever had, Doctor.
I have lots of good ideas.
We're not entertaining this.
Right. So there are 193.
I relayed the information that I learned the night before to
Great.
That's a good idea.
Isabella,
Great.
Kate,
Thanks.
I guess Greta, and Strider.
Okay. So we try and snip the wires.
I say we get into a truck and drive east. Snipers need to do scouting, figure out information and stuff.
That's true too. And I always have the bomb in my pocket, and I can just inoculate the rest of us. Me and Laia already have inoculations. You're fine. We won't get the plague.
One way or another, why don't we? There's no good reason not to do that right now. And Kate starts rolling up her sleeve.
Sure.
Sure, I'll just
do that.
I made like a bunch of plague inoculations.
Now, Doctor,
Yeah.
You kill thousands.
last time you stuck me, it didn't work
That-
out quite so well. You
that
sure
was-
about this?
Yeah, I had some of my Heilkraft mass-produced when we were in Castle Dietrich, and it appears those vials are compromised and not as good as they should have been. But everything else was made personally by me, so they should be fine.
As she's sticking me, God damn, I hate being right all the time. All right, so we got a plan B.
Mightn't he just let us in?
You knew he will.
Only if it plays to his advantage.
I think it does. I think he has to sacrifice us or something.
He's going to want to hear himself.
You just like to talk.
He
Yes, he
like-
does.
He
I-
talks consistently.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like talking.
Mr. Sawyer, you're awful quiet. What's on your mind?
I have no idea. Lots of people to kill. Might be a good starting place.
There's only one.
If he needs to sacrifice us instead of just shooting us, that might make him a little less inclined to fire back.
I don't know if, like when we were in the library, they were all, the ones that were his were all connected to him somehow, like
Mm-hmm.
puppets. There might be a way to even just get one and follow the trail back to him. Maybe. You have a plane, Kate?
Well, yeah, but
But maybe a real bomb instead of a...
Oh, yeah. Mine's more exciting. Just longer term. And more widespread. It's fine. We could get a real bomb.
Well, we could. That plane ain't equipped to carry it, though. That's not to say we couldn't find our way into one that was, but it probably takes some time. Well,
What about Ruby?
I see what you're saying, Doc, but what about Ruby?
Can she help us?
I don't know why she's there.
And I don't think we're quite sure whose side she's on, are we, Belle?
She has to be on our side. She healed me.
That does not necessarily mean that if you could heal all sorts of people, you would not be on their side. I'm a
believe
doctor.
in her. I believe in her. You four may not, but I do.
I don't believe in anyone on this person otherwise.
It doesn't shock me.
I don't think we have enough information. I think we should figure things out and go take a look.
Sawyer, you do not believe Ruby Foster.
If Ruby Foster's standing in front of me, I'm not going to shoot her.
It seems to me that the most important thing is to keep him from
sacrificing anyone?
us, whatever that means. Belle, do we have any idea what that sacrifice looks like?
Probably death.
Greg, do I know anything more than what I have conveyed?
No, Franklin just basically told you that from what he had been able to glean in the space between the windows was that Dietrich was, with an agreement that was made with one of the outer cackling elder gods, the sacrifice of you all, who don't appear in any of the other windows in the same incarnations that you currently are. The elder gods believe you to be a problem that they are willing to accept your deaths to skip this world and go to the next, and it's part of the process. You would also remember that it is Dietrich's own death that must end the sacrifice. So he is going to apparently sacrifice himself after he has done so
Well,
with
the
you
rest
all.
of us. Yeah, cool. Great.
As Sabella mentioned, I have a bullet. Kill him.
It certainly hurt him.
I don't know what it will do. I can put it in him.
Where did you get that bullet, Mr. Burke?
When we were arguing over the crown, I walked away, and I somehow I pleaded to the ground, and they answered, and the Pope of Malibu came, and he gave me a bullet, and I used it to shoot the crown. But once we were in front of Lancaster, another bullet appeared.
As soon as you said, you had me at Pope of Malibu, Mr. Burke. All right. We can trust the bullet.
Is that not an island? Is that an island?
The bullet is good then.
Oh, that was like Floridian.
Oh, maybe. I'm not familiar with North American geography.
So it sounds as though the mission is kill him and not die.
I would not enjoy dying today. So there's a lot of science to do.
I hate to say it, but that little toy that the doctor cooked up sounds like a better and better option all the time.
You can't be serious.
We drop it in the compound from the air, Mr. Burke. We take up positions outside and make sure that no one inside leaves. It's contained.
Ruby is immune to the plague, I believe. So it should not affect her.
It's completely contained. The virus does the hard work. We go in a week later and mop up.
Clean up?
This is not going to go down how you think it is, Kate.
Wait. So our plan is to drop a plague bomb and then hide for a week. I mean, he can't kill us if we're not there.
I know. It's a great plan.
This
is
is
this
not
series
going to
gonna
go
end?
down how you think it's going to go down.
Is this series going to end any other way than you all dropping an apocalyptic plague bomb?
Oh my god.
Well, we don't have an army.
This is true.
That's not our fault.
No, I'm just saying.
I can inoculate the generic population if to make you feel better. I just need time, which we'll have. Because I have up to a week before they cure over. I can be distributing those.
I don't think it was a week before they keel over. I think.
No,
it was
that's
a week
right.
before,
It killed over before
like
that.
3
but
days or something.
It was 3 stages. I have it all written down.
You saw
Yes.
you saw what happened.
It will have to be the Lancaster quarantine since all the other plague nations.
They're not going to quarantine shit.
We will be the quarantine.
What I saw, Mr. Burke, was that virus is far more effective at killing Dietrichs than we've proven ourselves to be.
They never got the slide back, and I hold up the plague Dietrich slide that I still have. They don't know.
I am not getting in that plane.
I wouldn't ask you to do so, Mr. Burke. You
And
can stay right
drop
here
that
and sit in the
goddamn
living room.
bomb. I will stay right here. That is ridiculous to me.
If you have a better
Yes.
plan, I would love to hear it.
What is it?
Roll, everybody.
I was about to answer.
Everybody roll an intelligence check
Great.
because
I'm going to use an
Yes.
advantage.
How many is
and
advantage?
nobody look in chat because that was
I failed!
Hard.
That's an
This is a
extreme
great
success.
idea! I don't... Shh.
Extreme success for me.
Hard, yeah.
okay. So, Kate, with your extreme and because you did have close proximity, you had the plague for Christ's sakes. You would know the following. And by the way, Raiders, welcome. This is our Pulp Cthulhu campaign, Project Athena. The group is now deciding whether or not they want to use bioweapons to take care of the big bad. So you're up to speed. Welcome in. So with this plague, this super smallpoxy yellow fever thing, when you put it into practice, Kate, you would know that when the inoculations were given out and when people were kind of, for the same matter and way that you could take care of a specific person with the inoculations for this particular thing, you could try to engineer it for one particular person.
That's hot. We should do that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do have a lot of Dietrich flesh samples sitting around in my
Uh-huh.
purse.
Yes, you
So,
do.
Someone gives me this idea because I'm just like,
You're a hoarder.
to use that post-apocalyptic plague bomb that I made
So
up in
Doctor-
the time of grief.
Doctor,
Yeah?
what if
Mm-hmm.
you could change that virus
Yeah.
so it only affected one person, the right person?
The Herr Dietrichs.
Yeah. Is that possible?
Give me a lab.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna, in the interest of RPing the bio warfare process,
This is the best idea we've ever had.
Yeah, almost like.
I'm so
I'm
glad I
agreeing
made
with- I'm
this when
agreeing
she
with
thought
everything.
her wannabe boyfriend was dead.
Okay, so this all comes down to Greta. Greta,
Yeah.
you can pick one person to assist you in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a role focused on your speciality, and we are going to do bioengineering, which is exactly what you're doing right here.
This is crazy.
So if you're going to bioengineer this to be specifically Dietrich, if you pick one person, I will allow that person to roll an applicable skill. And if you succeed, whatever they have will also succeed with you and kind of pump up the process.
Okay.
We need
Well-
research done.
I don't think it'll be Dwight. And I don't think it'll be Kate. It's gonna be Sabella or Sawyer. She'd really love if Einstein wasn't dead right now.
Wouldn't we all?
Wouldn't we all? Or Dr. Dietrich. She
No.
would just lie to him about what they were doing, and then
No, I'm just taking these samples for no reason.
just hold on. Let me plant these fingers I have in my bag, and this brain matter sample in my pocket. Sabella or Elijah. I think she would go for the researcher, Sabella. But
Okay.
she'd have Elijah there for moral support.
Okay. So Elijah with moral support and with Sabella. Sabella, give me a library use as
Yes.
you are assisting with research, and you are just helping dot I's and cross T's for the doc. And doctor, I would like your speciality.
Yes.
You may roll, and this is one roll apiece.
Mhm.
I would like to use an advantage.
Yeah.
Sure. That
Same.
would work. That's a good idea. Advantages all around.
Whee!
I'd also
a
like to
boon-
remind
oh.
Greg that I have a boon. So
Oh, yeah.
And well, you just have another boon that just came in
Oh!
from the Pope of Malibu, and we're going to put that into immediate practice. And so this boon is going to allow you to, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to roll at advantage 1, 2, and then a separate advantage roll 1, 2. You may take obviously the best of these 4 rolls, and that is because you are gifted with the knowledge that the prism that you possess that was from Hans is aiding you in your research.
you gotta
It is
break my heart, Greg.
That's my job. And so
Regular success for me, Greg.
regular success for the library, that'll come into play. Moral support roll.
We got a hard success on the moral support.
It's looking you feel morally supported.
I do.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
Got my boo.
It's a
roll-
moral decision.
Right,
Okay.
1, 2, and then 1, 2, and we'll see what we do.
Okay.
Can you be morally supported in bioterrorism? I'm
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's against one person that we all
So ridiculous.
no,
I'm good with
it's the
it.
best
I
fucking
made this bomb for one person because I thought they were dead. It makes sense that they could support
Yes.
me in this endeavor.
plan. Yes, let's do it. Do it, Lindy.
All right.
Let's do it. This is
I'm
the
gonna click
best
1,
idea.
2, and then 1, 2. 1, 2,
Hard.
1, 2. Hard success. 26.
Okay, so with a hard success that comes into play, with that hard success, the library use also comes into success. It does not bump it into an extreme. Nobody was able to extreme out here. So you both had a hard success. That will come into play. However you want to deploy your weapon, let me know, and we will get to deploying.
Forgive me for noting, but couldn't you use 7 luck and make that an extreme success?
I could indeed, if the
wanna do
keeper
it?
would allow it.
You want to do it? Let's do it. Lindy, let's just like.
Okay, because that was thrown out there. Let's do this. I will take that if both the doctor and assistant spend 7 luck.
Of course, I would love to.
Okay, for
I
grand
have a
total of
lot
14.
of luck
Oh, good.
because I'm also a hoarder like Lindy.
Yeah, I'll go down to 60 luck from 67. Sure.
Okay. So with the extreme element in play, you now have what you believe to be a Dietrich-specific bio
Light
bomb.
bomb. Yep.
So
I definitely kept the sample of the regular bio bomb, and I put it in a vial that I didn't tell anyone about, though.
okay, so air quote
What?
heroes. What would you like to do right now?
This is the best idea we've ever had.
I'm so glad Greta went to that dark place.
Yeah.
Like
there
a-
is nothing immoral about this at all. This is a fantastic
This
plan.
is a great plan.
I
So how are
support you.
we? Yeah, how are we dropping this?
You're believing this, so I'm gonna go with it, I guess.
It's a fantastic idea.
It's just like your bullet, Dwight,
Yes.
except we can deploy it from 400 feet in the air.
We don't even have to listen to him talk, you guys.
All right, so
this is gonna go so wrong.
I know it's gonna go terribly, but I want to do it.
all right, so
Got my second win. Let's do it. Let's do
we
it.
got a bullet. Now all we need is a way to deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas?
We can drop it from the air.
We
put it in
could.
the water supply, so I don't know where his water supply is. That was very efficient the first time around.
We could drop it from the air. I assume that would require us to develop the device that would allow it to.
It's not a problem.
Okay, let's say in the
I made one to take out London. It's airborne. It's fine.
let's say in the time that you've allotted yourselves, you can
Yeah.
figure out whatever you need. We don't have to go shopping. We don't have to do any of that stuff. You tell me how you want to do it. I'll tell you if it's possible. If there are rolls that need to be made, we'll make them. If not, let's get to dropping some chem warfare. Jesus, it's awful. People are terrible. But,
Can I do a bomber acquisition check?
Here's a
yes,
Send him
yes.
some Venus schnitzel.
It's also you can use your moral support roll
Moral
for
support. Yeah.
here's a suggestion.
Yeah.
I
I'm a scientist, not a warfareist. So please.
That's bullshit.
There's only one soldier in the group, and he doesn't even like this plan. Here's my thought. I like a surer thing than just dropping it out of the air. So
Yeah.
what about this? What if I took the jetpack
Yeah.
and jetted
Doesn't that need to be repaired?
right into the middle?
Okay.
Well, if
Yeah.
we can,
Okay.
we can build a bomb.
Yeah, come on, stay with it. Stay with it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just-
Jetted right into the middle of the compound and
Mhm.
released it myself. I could
Mhm.
ensure that it was properly
efficient.
released, and then I could jet out. Meanwhile, the rest of you all are getting as far away from Jerusalem as you can. If he can't catch you, he can't sacrifice you.
It'll be 3 days. So it's since they're all die. We wanted to be really sneaky. If he's having anything imported into his place, we could stick it on there. Have
I am especially good with sneaky.
good off.
There's a lot of shticking.
I
And-
enjoy sticking things occasionally.
Just to return
Indeed.
to seriousness, I think I need to see him die.
Perhaps our new Olympians could come with us and help create some kind of distraction.
You could put it in a letter in the mail, and he could open it up and be like, "Oh, this is from the Olympians," and then poof, it all opens up in his face, and since they all got the plague.
This is not 2014.
Elijah, if you would roll me do
Idea
me-
roll.
yeah, an idea roll for Elijah, because Elijah,
Please.
Everybody.
just
Sure.
Elijah, just
Okay.
Elijah's
Perfect.
Elijah's the only one that mentioned this, so
Oh, good.
Wait, do you want me to roll something?
Yeah, an idea roll.
because you're
Oh.
good at being sneaky and all that stuff, so you go ahead.
I am also bad at ideas, so one of my other advantages.
Let's see.
One
Hey, you
success,
got it!
not bad.
Okay. You find out in the course of the discussion, whether it be as your role as moral supporter or just boredom, you find out that there are, in fact, trucks that are being sent out to this estate compound because despite being clones, they all need to eat and drink, and it's the middle.
You don't
it's
even
fine,
have
that's-
to be there. You can just poison the food. They all eat at the same time. You see it.
I will let you know this. I need a decision right now, my Olympians, because as you're making this time, Phil Castillo is getting weaker and weaker.
Okay.
Okay, why are you don't pick on me.
Hey, all! I heard there's a bunch of trucks that go
Let's
out to
stick
the
it on a
compound.
truck and make sure it goes off. Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Okay. I
Truck.
still think, and we're going to be there.
We should be in escape vehicles, so as soon as we know it goes off, we can jet out for 3 days and then come back.
The other thing is, some of them besides just the one, Dr. Dietrich, were medically inclined.
Yeah, they won't be able to come out and be
This is
secure in
not
3
gonna go
days.
down how we
It
think
took me
it's
weeks.
down.
Okay, so we'll be nearby for when they come charging out.
Right, you all said that you were going to make a de facto quarantine. Now, of course, if Greta was successful, the quarantine would not necessarily be needed, but
Necessary.
That.
Yeah.
No need for that anymore.
Right, so if you're still kind of keeping a perimeter around the area to see if any of them escape, you can do that. I just need to know that if you're going to...
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Who made the Yellow Death?
Didn't we determine it was caduceus?
I
It
think
was
so.
caduceus, yeah.
It was Caduceus.
It was caduceus.
Okay.
Okay, so
Nice
we
bag.
have...
I've edited it so it's specifically for him. So.
Right, we have a plan.
All right, stick it on the truck. Make sure it goes off.
And in the meantime, we can be creating distractions so that Dietrich imagines we're trying to do this some other way. Like we can attack and feint. I can fly over and
Yeah,
Mr. Burke can harass them from a distance with his sniper rifle. So on and so forth.
All right.
All right, sounds like we got a plan.
Here you are, Alaya. I'll give him the bomb. Put it on the food truck.
Do we know, did he have any weird dietary things?
9.
He was cooking spaghetti.
Chili.
So we know he can eat gluten. All right.
Yeah.
he had
Right.
decent spices.
Will
All
he
right.
use his gluten tolerance for good or evil? We'll have to we'll check back.
It will be his downfall.
That's Jen Cohen.
Shouldn't have eaten all those loaves and fishes.
All right, it sounds like we got a plan.
This will at least help us. So.
What do we need to do to make this happen, Greg?
You just... Whoever's going to place... contaminate the food that's going out, I need you simply to make a stealth check.
That would be
And
Elijah.
All right.
I can
with
make
the-
it. I can make it.
The advantages that came in tonight, I have 2 left, so I'm down to 1. But I'm going to use 1.
Good.
Oh, hard success.
Hard success.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody seems any the wiser as you contaminate most likely the liquid portion of whatever they're taking out there. So, the water barrels and jugs
Very
have
thirsty in a desert.
have been taken care of, and you believe that this plague of a biblical nature is en route to the compound of the Dead Sea. Are you going to follow it at a predetermined time? Are you just going to... What are you guys going to do? Someone said they wanted to see Dietrich die. As the hours become days after the plague bomb has been sent, what do you do?
We should be out there like almost as soon as they would have the first symptoms, right? Wasn't that 12 hours?
Hold on, let me check my notes.
Let's check our notes, Lindy. Oh wow, I haven't.
There's psychotherapy on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, death! Here we go.
I think we'd
3
want
to
to be
4
doing
days.
regular reconnaissance. even
Clear
before.
put something in the well. Give me the plague symptoms. Here we go. Get him. Burnout in 7 days. Mammoth virus. Yeah.
12 hours.
12 hours. Yep.
first symptoms.
Mhm.
It appears.
And it appears flu-like at first.
Yeah. Huh.
And they get jaundiced, and then it's great.
Yeah.
Great
So
stuff.
we should be out there soon after we sent it off.
Enough. We'll wait for after they eat the next meal, and then 12 hours after that.
Mhm.
Okay.
And even
I would
time
not take Abigail nowhere near this place.
it. Inoculated her. She's fine.
Lindy,
Yes.
roll me 4D100.
Okay, dokie.
Whoa,
I guess I'll roll them all at once. Why not? 132.
After a predetermined period of time with your reconnaissance,
Mm-hmm.
and though you don't know the specific numbers, 132 of the Dietrichs are either contaminated or become incapable of conflict or dead, as the Yellow Death takes them from this world or from the use of Dietrich Prime. However, Dietrich is able to stop it with the help of Ruby Foster.
Okay, but I got most of them.
It was a team effort, Doctor.
Yeah, definitely was. Well, the bulk of them are taken out.
Yes, I'm sorry, I saw somebody in chat say, with the help of Ruby Foster. There. I might have dropped there when I said that.
No, we all heard it. We just usually choose not to acknowledge her. All right, so we've been doing reconnaissance.
They should put locks on the back of food trucks, you guys.
Do-
Do
They
you ever have
should.
food
They
trucks?
really should. I'm going to be very leery about things I eat
Have
from
I-
now on.
Any spot hidden I could do, Cheech?
Yeah, what else have we observed while
Yeah.
we've been here?
Just kept staking out.
Okay, so yeah, as several days have gone by, you would know this, and this is me just giving information and facts because it was stated in the narrative. Phil can no longer use the water to turn himself off. So
Did we feed him a lot of food in that meantime?
He tried to get as much down as possible, but again, it doesn't take long to become dehydrated and incapable of drinking, so it only takes 2-3 days before he's back in the same state that he was.
Gotcha.
And that's basically how long you have all waited for this to kind of run its course. So by your count, Dietrich Prime, 61 Dietrichs, if Bald Dietrich was to be believed, and the numbers correct for what has happened. You have a compound in front of you.
Yeah,
You have Dietrich Prime.
a lot of them.
And
Hey,
while you are observing upon the 4th day or so, you see that a light begins to glow from the area.
They should
and-
stop this.
You're unsure what's happening. It's coming from a large tent in the center.
I did roll.
Yep, that's basically all you got. They are in a
What if I
constant
made
state
it
of
harder
alert now.
success? What if I had used luck to make it
Don't
harder?
know.
No, the compound is battened down. They have
They've got a plague.
they have a pile of dead that you guys see them kind of bring out of various places and stack, which is odd. You've got the same size, same look, same everything as a lot of Dietrichs.
Made a lot of
Okay.
notes as to this. I see them bring a new one out, and I'm like,
May I have repaired my jetpack in the meantime?
Make me 2 mechanical repair rolls.
Could I have helped or assisted?
Sure.
I get advantage on those as well, so automatically.
Yes.
Okay. Hard success and a regular success.
Okay. Yeah, you think you have it working. It's still like, you had like a part left over. You're not exactly sure where it went, but
Might even be working better.
maybe.
I might have improved on the design.
Perhaps. Has extra pots.
So how do we go in?
Going
How
to
do
set
we-
Separate entrances.
we need to set priorities too. Ruby Foster needs to be removed from the picture because if she's helping Dietrich, then
So it is not good.
yeah, Dietrich is potentially in a weakened state. If our information is correct, so remove Ruby Foster and kill Dietrich.
Not let ourselves get killed in the meanwhile. Yeah.
They should probably be our priorities over all the other deeds.
Have we seen Ruby at all in our reconnaissance?
No. And as mentioned, Ruby's involvement is speculation because of what Sabella has told you, but it seems that everybody all of a sudden was okay.
Could I have purchased like a melee weapon while we were in Jerusalem?
Sure. What did you want?
I don't know, like a fucking sword or something. I don't know. Something I could use to stab people with that's more than just a scalpel.
Yeah, you have a fucking saber.
Like a machete. Sure,
Okay.
whatever.
It would be a saber. It would be a saber.
Yep,
Okay, so we're gonna try to sneak in,
not good with guns.
probably get to that tent. Because I don't know any other point to focus necessarily.
Yeah. The tent sounds good. Kill any Dietrichs in the way.
So do we charge in or sneak in?
Sneak.
Sneak?
Sneak.
Okay,
Um,
sure.
We can try.
Go through the front.
guns blazing.
No. No. You do what you want. You're the boss. You're the boss.
I think distraction would be good if you did want to fly.
Yeah, it probably would be. All right, so I could fly right into the middle of all those things and create a distraction while y'all were sneaking in.
I just
Greg-
not.
Have we, given that we've been reconning the place enough, do we feel as though we've got sufficient ways that we could sneak in?
Absolutely. This is in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
It's right against the Dead Sea. Just for theater of the mind, it is a circle unwalled of tents. There's no any type of fortifications. It's not a military compound. It's not walled or fenced. It is a compound more that you would see in the vein of like a mining company or archaeological dig or something that might be of a more pedestrian pursuit.
I haven't
it's not
seen him at
military.
all. At all.
The old man, you have not.
Well, all right then. We can.
Anybody
We
of
can do
note? Any distance? Anybody of note to me?
You've seen the same person over and over again. All Dietrichs.
All right. Well, I
Give me
suppose I
four-
can just land right in
Yeah.
the middle of the place and
Give me 4 sneaky sneaks and 1 not sneaky fucking guns ablazing.
From who?
4 sneaky sneaks from everybody that's not Kate.
I'll use an advantage.
Same. I failed both times.
Ooh, hard success.
Didn't sneakity
God.
sneak.
How do you fail that many times?
Okay, so as the
That's funny.
as the party is sneaking in, I gave you all plus 25% because everyone is everyone is basically watching the green rocket land in the middle of the compound. The green rocket, of course, being the jetpack propulsion of Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, America's flying sweetheart. And Kate, as you land in the center, you see around the periphery, without the need for a roll, there are Dietrichs everywhere. They're all armed. And as they look, they take positions of defense, but they do not fire.
Kate's hands are up in the air immediately. Whoa. Like, now I'm just here to talk, all right? And now, before you get any funny ideas, our doctors worked on that virus a little bit more, and I got a big old package of it right here. She points down to her pocket. So, unless you want me to just let it off and we see how many more of you we can take out before we do this thing, let me just have a conversation with the old man. How's that?
Give me a fast talk at advantage, please.
Okay.
They don't like that plague, do they?
Please, God.
I have nothing in fast talk. I mean, literally nothing, guys. Yeah.
Pretty close there. 33.
They all eerily kind of squint their eyes at the same time across different perspectives and avenues as they look, and you hear from inside the tent with the glow, "Ah, Kate, so good of you to come. It's time for our destiny to save the world."
All right. So what do you want me to do? I mean, look, I'm all about saving the world. And I'm given to understand that the plan here is we sacrifice the bunch of us, and those powers or gods or whatever they are will leave us the hell alone. It's not a bad plan, Colonel.
That's right. They will leave the world.
Now, you know that my Olympians, well, they're not very much in favor of this. I think I could talk them into it, but
you see, Kate, you're a poor liar. You are an excellent leader, but a poor liar. You see, I am an Olympian myself. And I was in a group with liars. So I have heard these stories before. But, just come time, no one shall be the tyrannish again. No one shall have to fight these things for decades, after centuries, after millennia. We will end it here, as heroes must. 'Tis our time, Kate. This is why we were made.
that's a spiritual view that I'm not sure I agree with, Colonel, but what do you need me to do? And she lowers her hands.
I thought I made it clear. I need you to die, Kate.
I mean, just like that? If that's all it was, wouldn't one of your kids here have put a bullet into me already?
Come on in, come on in. It was a show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
I look around the compound, just kind of nodding my head. Can I get a spot hidden in here? I'm looking for, well, you know me, Greg. I'm looking for anything that will blow up with a well-placed bullet.
Roll me a spot hidden.
With advantage. Regular success.
Can't tell. Now, you do see what looks like a tank, but you're pretty sure it's water. Pretty sure.
Oh, man, for a minute there, I thought you meant the other kind of tank, and I got real excited.
This is like a water H2O carrying, go there to hydrate, water cooler, Dietrich tank.
All right, as I walk then, with my gloved hand, I'm very stealthily priming the jetpack for another flight. Is the tent flap open, or am I going to have to pull it open to walk in?
It's cracked, so you can either just kind of push through it or lift it and pull it open, however you'd like to do.
I'll walk up to it.
And to be clear, this is a larger tent. It's not like big top sized, but it's a...
I'll walk up to the tent flap and pull it back and pause there just to take in the scene.
And Kate, when your eyes pass over everything that you see inside this tent, there is a flash of white light, and we cut to the desert surrounding with the 4 Olympians as you see a flash from inside the compound. What do you do?
Well, we were sneaking in.
Right. I thought,
So
we've been moving in by this point. Trying
you have position. Yeah, you have position. You are within 50 yards, whatever you want to be. And
in the compound. Like, she was the distraction for us.
I'll load that bullet. I said it earlier.
Yeah, you see Kate approach, pull open the flap. There's a flash of white light. Kate's not at the door. You assume she went in.
Don't go in the tent. Obviously.
I didn't go in the tent.
You certainly didn't say you went in the tent.
Where's Dietrich Prime now?
Indeed.
You heard the voice without the listen checks or anything. This is a very calm area. You've identified that there were other Dietrichs around. You heard Kate's exchange. You heard Dietrich's responses. You heard everything that's occurred. But there was a flash. You don't see Kate at the door of the tent.
Right. Where is he?
Presumably inside the tent. If his voice would have been right.
If he's trying to kill us, grouping up into one small, easy, low-down clump.
I think we should spread out and murder the rest of the Dietrichs.
I think Dwight at least needs to back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dwight is going to stay until he sees that motherfucker.
Sword, because I only have so many serums.
Saber out. Everybody else, are you advancing on the tent?
What is that?
Oh, not on the tent. I'm advancing on the other Dietrich standing around this fucking place. They ain't shooting, I'm a stabbing.
Okay. So as you make your move towards them...
I'm advancing on the tent.
You're advancing on the tent?
I am too.
Shoot us.
Okay.
I got sacrifices.
Greta and Dwight on the outside, kind of looking around for target-rich environment. And we've got Elijah and Sabella moving towards the tent.
I'm looking for one.
Give me a stealth roll from Elijah and Sabella, please.
I'll use another advantage. Because...
Success on my part.
Fail.
I'm going to the tent, but not the same way Sabella is, man.
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Narratively, as this goes, Elijah, you kind of creep off into the shadows. You are at home there. And as you creep and go through, you're able to make it over to the tent, the opening in the tent. And Sabella, as you are about halfway going from a separate route, as you're halfway going to a separate route, you hear from behind, Miss Ives, let's all calm down. As one of the 200 or one of the 193 seems to have observed you from his position.
Where is he?
Right behind you.
Oh.
Not like against you, but like 10 feet back.
Okay. I turn around and I attack him.
Yeah, as soon as you turn around, you realize he's shielding his eyes. And so you may,
Joseph.
you may attack him with advantage because he's not watching you. So if you have something that you want to do to him, you have advantage on it. But before we do that, and we'll leave
Is he shielding his spine from my sword?
He's not. And a hand doesn't do a whole... The hands don't work real well against swords anyway. But as we put a pin in that moment in time, Elijah, as you get to the tent flap of the door, what do you do?
Gonna observe a 360 degree around the tent first. Is there just the one entrance?
Seems to be.
How is the tent held down to the ground?
You see that it's sub-staked, as if it was in an area with high or a lot of rain or rainfall, as the canvas or the material itself actually goes below the surface of the ground. You're not sure how far down, but you can see the offset stakes that pop up. Normally things like that are put into like very high rain or moisture areas to keep the water out, but it seems that this might be the longest standing structure here, and it was built, though of canvas, it was built a little sturdier than the rest.
Does an ear to the back of the tent reveal any noises from inside?
Roll me a listen check.
Uh-oh. Come on, ears. Hey, hard success. What? 16.
Okay, so normally I would have said at this point, no, you don't hear anything, but because you actually got a hard success, and that's a good roll, I'll tell you the following. You hear the murmur of voices, but you're unclear as to what exactly is being said. You're unsure if either of them is Kate. You're unsure if either of them is Dietrich, but it seems to be a somewhat calm exchange. There's no raised voices and no pitch inflections. It seems to be, in your learned ear, a discussion.
If there's just a discussion, he can't tell what they're saying. He'll just use that information for positioning. He'll try to place himself, not at the front of the tent, but if he can try to find a source in his mind's eye of where the discussion's happening, he will attempt to, if he can, cut a small slit in the canvas far away from the conversation, if possible, just to get a little viewport in there.
Roll me a power check.
Oh, yay. Is this important enough to burn my last advantage on? I'm going to, because my power's not all that good. Oh, that helped.
You have a lot more advantages, bro.
I've been using a ton tonight.
As you cut into it, the point of your knife kind of slips between the threads, and there is a flash of white, and you find yourself inside a tent standing beside Kate. And as you look around in the area, both you and Kate see the following. You see Dietrich Prime as he is dressed in some type of ceremonial garb. you see Ruby Foster, who seems to be lying at state on an altar, and you see Jack Kilgrave. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end the second to last episode of Project Athena. Yay! What? Oh, yay! Jonathan.
That's my step.
2 advantages to Ruby.
What the?
I will. 1 from each of her loving parents. I absolutely shall make sure that she has those.
I like that.
Alrighty, so let's go around and talk to all of our Olympians for the second to last time as this group gets
I'm just
together.
saying that's my saber stab on that Dietrich's spine before we go. That's my
Hard for 13? Okay,
my max damage saber stab.
Alright. Saber stab.
It's less
Awesome.
of a shtick,
Thank you.
more of a swing.
Yeah, less of a shtick, more of a stab. Or swing.
Okay. Love it. Alrighty. So as we end for the second to last time, I will go around in opposite order as is the case and as is my wont. And Lindy, how are you, my friend? And where can we find you online?
Fine, Greg. Thanks for asking. You didn't make me make any really difficult decisions or anything regarding love triangle that Greta's in, because she cares about 3 specific people in the world. It's fine. It's fine. But I did get to use my plague bomb, so I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah, I'm great. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy on the Twitches, the Twitters, where I'm not going to be thinking about this for the next 7 days. Oh no, it'll be fine. It'll be great. I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and all sorts of other tabletop RPGs you should check out right here on Monday evening from 5 to 8 Eastern for a charity one-shot for Don's birthday. It's going to be great. And you should also check out my channel Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern for Teenagers from Outer Space prom episode, which is going to be so happy and not at all this.
Fantastic. Yes. Fun times are coming. Let us jump over to the leader of the Olympians, Cato Callahan, who, for your Pulp reference, everybody, at the end of our second to last episode, jetpacked into the middle of a camp full of fucking Nazis. Take that, Pulp Fiction. Allison, how are you doing? And where can we find you online?
I am spent. I can't even imagine where I'm going to be a week from right now. But until then, you can find me contemplating the abyss at Allison Robinson with 2 L's and a Y on Twitter. And that's it, I guess. Thanks, everybody.
Nice. And let's jump up to Steve. Steve, how are you doing, my friend? And where can we find you online?
You can find me at I don't even know I guess Big 50,000. I don't even know what my Twitter account is. That's how crazy it is. Yeah, thank you. So tonight was, I started off tonight and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to end this. And now I'm not ready to end this. So I mean, we went from there to there and I'm here. And I had so much fun. I want everybody to know that this is intense. I'm ready to kill. Just find me tomorrow, Monday, where I'll play Spider-Man. I cannot wait to do that. I've been practicing my Spider-Man, so we'll see how that goes. And I love everybody. Follow them. Thank you.
And my brother is being modest. When he says he's been practicing his Spider-Man, he means for his entire life. So it's not just something that's happened in the past couple of days. Yeah. So let's jump up to my buddy Strider. Strider, how are you doing, my friend? Where can we find you online?
Hard to follow up Peter Parker, but This tonight was the logistics episode, and Greg and I have a great love for logistics. That is what we do. That's what we play RPGs for. Oh man, long journey, not ready for it to end. I'm kind of excited for next week's episode, but it's too soon, no matter what happens. Strider has a plug this time. What? Strider's going to be playing Urban Shadows with Lauren and Summer and some other folks over on Summer's channel. Very juicy character ideas, in my humble opinion, but I'll save that for then. It can be a surprise. Until then, I'm going to be here next week. Strider Heap is my Twitter handle. I normally get a follower or two after like most of these streams, so good. Getting myself out there, doing some interacting, socializing. Woo.
There you go. And everybody, please follow everyone that you see here. Once again, kindness. It wins. Let's hope, anyway. And as we go over, let's go over to Lauren. Lauren, who is under the weather and a super duper sport for playing. How are you, my friend, and where can we find you online?
I'm cranky, Greg.
Oh.
I'm cranky.
Okay.
Now we have to wait a week.
I know.
I'm Lauren, and that's Salty Ginger on Twitter. I had the flu. Need to say things. I'm GMing tomorrow or something here at 9 Eastern. Wild Blue Yonder. It's our first episode. It's a Lady Blackbird campaign. Kiana's in it, Greg's in it, Tommy's in it, Alice from Scrouticus is in it, and Serena from Rebels of Waterdeep and the Dungeon Rats. It's our first episode, so come see it. Bye.
Yes, everybody, and as we round that back out, make sure you do follow everyone, and I'm going to go through the fun things that are coming up here on the channel over the course of the next week. Tomorrow, big day tomorrow, from 5 until roughly around 8 p.m. we have our charity one-shot. Steve is going to be in it. Don's going to be in it. We have a bunch of people that are going to be in it playing it. Lindy's going to be in it. We have, we're doing some Marvel superheroes for the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Several of our friends of the channel lost a friend, and it's a great cause regardless. And we are going to make sure that we do some comic-y goodness in the vein of the true heroes are the ones that are fighting. So, and then as Lauren mentioned, I am super duper pumped for tomorrow night at 9, where we are able to do some Lady Blackbird. And we did our episode 0, and I have been absolutely pumped since that moment thinking about these characters. I got myself a new wig. I'm set. I am excited to break it out, and I can't wait to just really have some fun on a system that I've watched from afar and enjoyed. Also, let's see, we've got May Black Roses Bloom on Wednesday, Dungeon of the Mad Mage on Thursday, and then we have, what is it? We have Highlander next Sunday. We have our episode 0 from 4 to 6, and then we end this series next Sunday from 7 to whenever, as we hopefully wrap up the story of Project Athena and of Sabella Marie Ives and Elijah Sawyer, Dwight Burke, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, and Dr. Greta Von Krause. And we see our heroes that have fought through so much and given so much reach a conclusion. I can't wait, and I also can wait, but I love these characters, and I want to see them get, if not the happily ever after, the end they deserve. And we're gonna do it. I'll let you know this, that next week's episode at some point will end on December 31st, 1933, and it is entitled Old Lang Syne. So join us for the end of the story as we say goodbye to these fantastic characters and these fantastic players. But that's Greg, and as the campfire starts to burn low, there's only one thing to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, but you can always role play. See you later, friends.
Who are you?
Sarah MacLeod, from the clan MacLeod.
A Highlander, you say?
Just like you.
What are you?
A ghost.
No. You're an immortal.
Just like you.
Good. That is a perfect place to start.